What if your entire world was a single machine, a cold, humming cylinder that kept you alive, breath by breath? For Paul Alexander, this wasn't just a nightmare. It was his reality. But even in that machine, he found a way to live a life full of meaning. In 1952, polio swept through the world like an invisible enemy, leaving thousands paralyzed in its wake. Paul was just 6 years old when the disease hit him. One day, he was a carefree child, playing and laughing. The next, he was gasping for air, his body unable to move. His parents rushed him to the hospital. But back then, doctors didn't expect him to survive the night. But Paul was a fighter. He was placed in an iron lung, a machine that breathed for him by using pressure to push air in and out of his lungs. At first, he was terrified, trapped in a metal tube with only his head sticking out. Imagine being a child, unable to leave the machine that was now your lifeline. Most people couldn't imagine spending even a day like that. For Paul, it became his entire life. But instead of giving in to despair, he decided to push forward. Paul refused to let the iron lung define him. With incredible determination, he taught himself how to frog breathe, a technique that let him take shallow breaths without the machine. It was exhausting and took years to master, but it gave him small moments of independence. And Paul wasn't satisfied with just breathing. He wanted more. Even confined to the machine, Paul dreamed of becoming a lawyer. It sounded impossible, but Paul never cared about what seemed possible. He wrote assignments by holding a pencil in his mouth, worked tirelessly, and eventually earned a law degree. Yes, a man who lived inside a machine for most of his life became a practicing attorney. But Paul's achievements didn't stop there. He became an author, sharing his story with the world in his memoir, 3 Minutes for a Dog. He spoke about resilience, hope, and how he refused to let his condition stop him from living a meaningful life. For nearly 70 years, Paul lived inside his iron lung, making him one of the last people in the world to rely on the device. Medical advances rendered the iron lung obsolete, but Paul's spirit remained timeless. He found ways to connect with others, to inspire, and to keep going when most would have given up. In 2023, Paul passed away, leaving behind a legacy that goes far beyond survival. His story is a reminder that life's toughest challenges can't crush the human spirit. It's not just about what happens to you, it's about how you choose to respond.